Welcome to Elatory, the podcast where every story is part of a thread in womanhood. In each episode, we'll dive into the lives of remarkable women from all walks of life. From triumphs to trials, from joys to challenges, these are all the natural parts of life, and they can serve to strengthen us in our faith, teach important life lessons, or refine our character. Elatory will narrate these moments that shape us, define us, and ultimately connect us. But this just isn't about storytelling. It's about the profound realization that our common human experiences are part of a shared human condition. Our experiences, though unique, are not solitary. As we listen to each narrative unfold, we'll discover the common threads that bind us together through laughter, tears, resilience, and hope. Through Elatory, we'll celebrate the beauty of womanhood in all its diversity, finding strength and inspiration in the journeys of those who have walked similar paths. This is what we call sisterhood. Through every tale shared, we'll be reminded that no matter where we come from or what we've been through, we are truly never alone. Today's episode is about a love unraveling. This is Emma's story. Emma and Tom were high school sweethearts whose love story began amidst the chaos of adolescence. They were inseparable, two kids with dreams as big as the universe, but life had other plans for them. Before they knew it, they were parents at a tender age, navigating the challenges of parenthood while still figuring out who they were. Despite the odds, Emma and Tom persevered. They tied the knot, bought a house, and even started a business together. Their love seemed unbreakable, a bond that was forged in the fires of their youth and yet tested by the trials of adulthood. But as the years passed, something changed. It wasn't a sudden revelation or dramatic event that tore them apart. No, it was more like the slow erosion of a cliff, with each passing year chipping away at the solid foundation they thought they had built. Emma longed for adventure, to see the world beyond the confines of the city. Tom, on the other hand, well, he was content with the familiar comforts of just being at home. Their once shared dreams now diverged like two rivers flowing in opposite directions. They did try to mend the cracks in their relationship by patching it up like an old quilt. So they entered date nights, they went to couples therapy, they had even spontaneous getaways, all attempts to reignite the flame that once flickered in their relationship long ago. But no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't escape the truth that they had outgrown each other. But no one knew the next move to make, so Emma turned to her faith. Emma found herself in a sea of emotions, unsure of what she should do. Should she stay or should she go? Emma was at a crossroads, torn between staying and leaving, her heart and mind waging a silent war within her. In moments of prayer, Emma began to find a greater sense of understanding and clarity, a sense that she was being guided towards something greater than herself. It was like little breadcrumbs scattered along her path, leading her towards the truth she had been searching for all along. Slowly, yet surely, Emma began to take note of the subtle signs that were before her, like rays of sunlight breaking through storm clouds, or the steady serenity of a sunrise, or the warmth of just a stranger's smile, or words of wisdom coming from a trusted friend. This all helped her to find the courage to take the next step forward. And in those moments, in those signs that were quietly presented along her path, Emma realized that the answer had been within her all along. It wasn't about finding the right decision, but rather trusting in the journey and the divine plan that was unfolding before her. With this newfound clarity, Emma had a sense of peace washing over her. Emma then made the hardest decision of her life, knowing deep down that it was the right one. So, as she stepped into that unknown place, she did still feel a sense of freedom and liberation. You know, like a bird who's finally spreading their wings and taking flight. Emma knew it was time to let go, to release herself from the bonds of a love that had run its course. Was it bittersweet? Absolutely. But Emma found something unexpected. For her, it was freedom. For the first time in years, she felt alive. She rediscovered herself again. She reclaimed her dreams. All of the things that she buried beneath now came to the surface. And though the road ahead is uncertain, Emma knew one thing for certain, that she was ready to embrace whatever the future held with open arms. Sometimes letting go is the greatest act of love of all. So, in Emma's story, we believe there's a profound comfort in the belief that there's a guiding hand or a divine presence that carried her through the storms when she felt like she was drowning. As Emma describes it, it's like walking through a dense fog, unable to see what lies ahead, yet trusting that there's solid ground beneath our feet. For Emma, navigating the rocky road of her failing relationship felt like stumbling blindly in the dark. She couldn't make sense of those fractures that had formed between her and her husband. She couldn't understand why the love that once burned so brightly had dimmed to just a mere flicker. But she did find comfort in her faith, in the belief that there was a greater purpose to her pain. And in those moments of doubt and uncertainty, Emma did turn to prayer, seeking guidance and clarity and understanding. It wasn't an instant transformation, nor was it a miraculous turnaround. Rather, it was a gradual realization that perhaps the path she was on was leading her somewhere she was meant to be. She may not have understood God's plan in its entirety, but she trusted in His wisdom, knowing that He saw the bigger picture even when she could not. So as the seasons changed and time marched on, Emma found herself embracing the journey, embracing the process of letting go and surrendering to the unknown. She learned that things don't always happen according to our timeline, and that God's timing is perfect even when it feels slow or imperfect. Through the ups and downs, Emma clung to her faith like a lifeline, knowing that she was never alone and that God was walking beside her every step of the way. And in His infinite grace, she found strength to keep moving forward. So, as Emma stood at the crossroads of her past and her future, she lifted her eyes to the heavens and whispered a prayer of gratitude, knowing that whatever the road may lead, God would be there to carry her through, one step at a time. You just listened to a story from Ella Torrey, where the stories of you, she, and me come together through sisterhood and solidarity. If you know of someone who needs to hear this story, please share it with them. We need to spread the stories of hope to help others know that they are not alone in their journey. We may not know each other, but we can still support each other through sharing. If you find this podcast useful, please subscribe and spread the word. Thanks for listening.